Now we don't want you to back out the block. And I told you before, that was easy work. I just feel like he's a tough competitor. A-level far as being able to market him and can he be a household name? Probably in due time, but right now, he's a...
Jake Paul recently faced a crushing defeat by Floyd Mayweather after challenging 58-year-old Mike Tyson, with their much-anticipated fight just around the corner this November. However, it seems Jake's mother isn't entirely confident in his chances in the ring. Jake revealed that his mom is deeply worried about his safety, especially after watching clips of Tyson's intense training regimen for the upcoming professional bout. Paul shared that while his family plans to attend, his mom remains fearful.
Be the bearer of bad news. What? We're not going to ever see Mike Tyson get in the ring with Jake Paul.
Okay, so
I don't
November
know about
15th,
that.
You don't know?
Money talks.
Look, he said.
His mom is deeply unsettled by his upcoming fight with the legendary Mike Tyson, especially after watching Tyson's intimidating Instagram videos and clips showing his rigorous training. She's far from thrilled about the decision to reschedule the fight from its original date of July 20, a delay that's already left fans frustrated and heightened the tension. Jake mentioned he doesn't quite understand his critics, or people in general, stating they have the intelligence of a box of rocks. He doesn't expect them to grasp what it takes to gain fighting experience or the honor involved in facing a legend, adding that they likely don't understand concepts like respect, passion, or commitment to a goal. Whether this much-anticipated bout between social media star Jake Paul and heavyweight icon Mike Tyson will actually happen remains uncertain. Tyson's recent health issues, especially a flare-up of a stomach ulcer, have raised concerns among fans and critics alike, casting doubt over the fight's future. Despite his doctor's advice to ease his training, Tyson has been determined to keep pushing himself. He took a moment to express gratitude to his supporters, saying, "I want to thank my fans worldwide for their support and understanding during this time." Tyson's faith in his recovery remains strong, and he is confident in his ability to return to peak form, keeping fans hopeful that this iconic showdown may still come to life.
If I was walking on water, they would say it's because I couldn't swim. And this is to make history. You know, people think I'm going to get knocked out by this strong, powerful guy. All the people in my comments saying, look at his power, he's going to get KO'd. People are yelling at me in the event. But what happens when I put this man to sleep? This shit is not a joke. He's saying that it's going to be my funeral. He's saying it's going to be my wake. He's going to kill Jake Paul, all of these things. And that's why I love Mike. I respect him, but we're not friends anymore. Until November 15th, I'm knocking this motherfucker out, and we're going to see who's dead. We will see.
Mike Tyson didn't hold back in warning Jake Paul, declaring that he would ultimately eliminate Paul and end his boxing career for good. Though Paul may have gained some time from the recent postponement, Tyson is adamant the fight will proceed, despite some in the boxing world casting doubt. Tyson's bold statement has only intensified the build-up to this potential showdown. However, former boxing champion and commentator Sean Porter has voiced serious skepticism about the fight ever taking place. Speaking on his podcast, Porter admitted he hated to be the bearer of bad news, but suggested that fans may never see Tyson and Paul face off. He questioned the logic behind the bout, arguing it might not even make financial sense, despite the hype surrounding it. Porter's remarks have added yet another layer of doubt to an already uncertain event, leaving fans wondering if this cross-generational battle will ever truly happen. Amid this back and forth, the Gypsy King, Tyson Fury, expressed excitement about Mike Tyson's return to the ring, hopeful to see the legend back in action. Yet some fans remain skeptical, with concerns over Tyson's health and age adding to the suspense. In the meantime, financial incentives may still push both parties forward, keeping this potential fight in limbo and leaving fans hanging over whether this highly anticipated generational clash will actually occur.
Yeah, you had to go on your little menopause break and postpone the fight. So yeah, what about that, dog? I was ready before. You needed a little break. Your tummy hurt? Your tummy hurt still?
At the press conference, a confident Mike Tyson declared, "Hey, listen, as soon as I catch this guy, he'll be running around. But once I do, it's totally over." In response, the self-proclaimed problem child, Jake Paul, fired back in the video, noting that despite his opponent's frequent jabs and trash talk, the outcome remains consistent. They all end up defeated. The Ohio native's words highlighted his determination to prove himself yet again.
What happened? You're not tough anymore since your loss? What happened since your loss? Yo, we gonna bust him up, guys?
I told you before, put that
Yo, let's bust him up. Where you running, Jake? Where you going since your fight? Since you lost? What's up, Jake? Where you going, Jake? Oh, he's running! He's running!
On a recent podcast, Mike Tyson confidently predicted that the pattern of his dominance in the ring would continue on November 15, despite the notable age difference between him and Jake Paul. Tyson remarked that what separates him from Paul's previous opponents is their lack of fear, whereas he himself holds a genuine apprehension about the unique threat Paul might bring. With the fight announcement sparking much debate, concerns have surfaced regarding Tyson's extended absence from the ring. His last professional fight dating back to February against Tommy Fury. After the initial postponement of the Tyson fight, Paul took on bare-knuckle boxer Mike Perry. Following that bout, Paul went on to fight another former UFC star, Nate Diaz, then later faced professional boxers Andrew August and Ryan Borland, opponents whose time away from the sport and lack of recent experience led critics to question Paul's fight choices. In response, Nissa Badarian, co-founder of Most Valuable Promotions, alongside Jake Paul's ally and UFC welterweight champion Stephen Wonderboy Thompson, argued that the Tyson matchup makes sense despite the age gap. Still, the fight has stirred up controversy, with Tyson's health a persistent worry for fans and experts alike. In an interview with TalkSport MMA, Thompson voiced his reservations, saying that Tyson, who hasn't competed in a professional setting since 2005, could risk tarnishing his legendary reputation by returning to the ring against Paul. "I grew up watching Mike Tyson, knowing his talent and danger in the ring," Thompson said. That's what he's remembered for, but a fight like this could harm his legacy. Thompson continued by explaining that if he were close to Tyson, he would advise against the fight, emphasizing that the risk is too high for someone with Tyson's physical history. "A lot of people just see dollar signs," Thompson noted, "and not the importance of keeping the fighter fit and healthy. Tyson is the one making the sacrifice, but he doesn't have to fight. He's already doing well." Thompson went on to criticize the motives behind Tyson's comeback, suggesting that financial gain is the primary driver for those backing the bout. He even advised Tyson to consider sparring instead, to satisfy his competitive edge without putting himself in danger. Jake Paul has nothing to prove, he said, adding that while Tyson's training videos reveal his trademark power, his strength now appears in shorter, intense bursts rather than sustained aggression. According to Thompson, Tyson's focus on a knockout to end Paul's streak could ultimately come at too great a cost. Tyson, however, remains undeterred. "I'm ready to knock out Paul, Jake. I'm well prepared," he declared. Tyson acknowledged some recent health setbacks, but assured fans that he's recovered and mentally prepared. Meanwhile, Joe Rogan, in a discussion with actor Russell Crowe, echoed concerns about Tyson's physical state, going as far as to warn Paul about Tyson's dangerous presence, even at his current age. Rogan emphasized the unparalleled intimidation that Tyson exuded in his prime, a quality that could still pose a challenge for Paul. Despite the confidence surrounding Paul's abilities, Rogan and other commentators are wary of underestimating Tyson. Although Paul has established himself as a competitive force in the ring, he'll be facing an opponent whose sheer reputation precedes him. Thompson and Rogan's comments, along with a broader conversation about Tyson's health, reflect a mix of excitement and unease about a bout that bridges generations, legacies, and considerable physical disparities. Ultimately, whether Tyson can harness his formidable power or risks too much in his comeback attempt is a question that hangs heavily over this high-stakes fight.